Hi there, my name is Toby and today I want to talk about the light side of the Force. What does it mean to be a light worker? In the last talk in the JEDI series I talked about the dark side, so today I want to talk about the light side, but it's not obvious. There's a lot of misunderstanding about this and I hope to explain it today. You see, the light side of the Force, the JEDI, they're really searching for wisdom. Now the dark side, the SITH, they're really searching for power. Okay, that's the main difference. Perhaps that's the simplest way I can say this. But wisdom means, again, it means to understand the Force, to feel the Force, to become one with the Force, unite with the Force. Now that means you have to rise above your own ego. You have to rise above your own emotions. Now the dark side of the Force, they can't do that. It's always lower because the dark side of the Force are indulging their own ego. They're not rising above ego, they are empowering their ego, increasing the power of their ego. That means their perception of themselves. They're not willing to change their perception of themselves. And they are indulging in emotion. So really, the dark side is cannot unite with the Force. They are uniting with their own ego. The light side of the Force, the JEDI, they are dissolving the ego, uniting with the Force, the greater cosmos. And this is a search for wisdom. If you want to search for wisdom, you have to be able to let go. You have to be willing to let go of your existing perception to move up to the next level of perception. And if you look at the JEDI mantra, the Force is with me. I am one with the Force. If you look at the SITH mantra, they've got a long mantra, but they're perhaps the closest mantra I would say is, it's done by this, I don't even want to say his name. His name is Alistair. Alistair begins with a C, the second name. Let's say Crawling. Alistair Crawling. So his philosophy is do what thou willst. Do whatever you want. That's the dark side of the Force. You are indulging in your ego and the search for power. Whatever you want, take it. You have it. Now the JEDI, the light side, they're not taking things. You can't be taking things. Taking things means stealing. So the SITH will be stealing. They want the Force. They understand that there is a Force, but they cannot truly perceive it. They cannot truly have it because they are frozen, locked in their ego. It's a limited perception of themselves. It's ignorance. Ignorance. So the only way they can get this Force is to steal it. They take it off other people. The JEDI does not do that. The JEDI is never taking the Force from other people. If anything, they are giving the Force to other people. That's the light worker sharing light, energy, wisdom. But they are searching for a deeper understanding, a higher wisdom, an understanding, a unification of their self-perception with the cosmic, the ultimate cosmos, the cosmic perception. Again, it's the search of the master, the yogi, the monk, the shaman. And I say the monk, it doesn't have to be a monk. I'm just saying these are the people that we know are meditating, trying to find a higher level. But the Taoist masters, again, I talk a lot about the Tao. The Taoists were not monks, the Taoists were not monks. But they were working with compassion, with love, with harmony, with healing. Now, perhaps the easiest way we can understand this is let's go back to the beginning. What is the Force? What is the force? The force is life. Life itself. Life itself. What is life? Life is consciousness. Consciousness. Consciousness is a mysterious thing, but it is consciousness, this life force, that animates the body. See, this physical body is just material substance. It's just atoms. It's just atoms. These crystals, these rocks, these are just atoms, but they are not animated. These are inanimate. The atoms in this body are animated. Something is controlling them, making them move. How can this, there is no force. That is, these things were not moved by themselves. I have to pick it up and move it. Only consciousness can do something in material reality. So consciousness is a mysterious force. That is life, a force in its own right. A mysterious force. It's the underlying force that controls everything in the universe. It creates the universe. Remember, when Luke Skywalker first met Yoda, now this is a very interesting metaphor. Of course, when he met Yoda the first time, what did Yoda say? He said, remember, he said, luminous beings are we, not this crude matter. We are beings of energy, consciousness, not this matter. It is the consciousness, the life force that animates this matter. So if I want to heal myself, if I want to understand this material universe, I have to go back to the level of consciousness, because consciousness is the thing that animates this material world, but it is also the underlying force that creates this material world. It is deeper than that. It is I, the soul, the energy body, the energy, consciousness, creates this physical body. I actually create it. And I am continuously creating it. So the force is creative, spontaneous, always creating. And this life force, this consciousness, what is it? What is it? You can also say it's feeling. Feeling. Because what are we doing in life? We are conscious beings having a life. But what does that mean? It means I am experiencing something. I'm having an experience of this material world. That experience is a feeling. It is feelings. Emotions. Emotions are the things that motivate us, make us do anything at all. See, why would consciousness even bother? Why would consciousness even bother to interact? Because there is a feeling, a desire. It wants to interact. It's like a child. A child suddenly comes out, it looks, wow, what's all this? It wants to interact. What's that? What's that? There's a feeling, a desire to interact. So the force is feelings. That's why we've got the JEDI training. Be mindful of your feelings. It's all about the feelings. Now, let's go back again. You see, the SITH, the dark side, they are also about feelings. They want the force because they have a feeling. Everyone wants the force. We all want it, whether we're aware of it or not. We want more life. We want to enjoy life. We want this feeling. We want to fulfill ourselves in life. That's a feeling. The dark side wants that too. But the dark side cannot understand what is going on. They just want it. So they have a desire, and they desire for this feeling, and they just take it. They'll just take it in the immediate way. I'll have that, I'll have that, I'll have that. There's no awareness of, does that belong to someone else? You see, they're not so bothered about what is that. They just want it. I want to have that. The JEDI is searching for wisdom. Rather than having this, I want to understand it. What is this? It's the search for wisdom. The SITH, they just want to have it. I like that. I want that. It's more primitive. Now, let's look at it another way. The SITH are searching for, this is the dark side. The dark side is indulging in emotion. They are indulging their ego, indulging their power. I want more power, I'm going to have it. Do as thou willst. Whatever you want, do it. The Jedi, the light side, the light worker, is seeking balance of emotion. In fact, they are trying to rise above emotion. Rise above emotion. The dark side is indulging in emotion. The light side is rising above towards wisdom. Higher wisdom is above emotion. It's not so much caught up in emotion. And again, all these ancient traditions, deep esoteric practices, the yogis, these people were trying to rise above the cycle of life and death, reach a higher awareness of consciousness. Whereas the people, the materialist people in this world, they're searching for money, power. I just want to enjoy myself. They want to fulfill this one life. Whereas the masters, they're looking above this one life to all lives. All lives. They want to go above it all. Connect to the ultimate wisdom and become part of the universe. Why? Because that is actually a greater experience. It's still a desire. It's still a fundamental desire, but it's a desire to rise above, to understand. The dark side is a desire to go down, to focus, to empower your ego. Now, the reality is there's a delicate balance. We need an ego. We need a persona to interact in this world. So we have to have this. We have to have a certain level of confidence in to be able to do anything. But we also need an awareness of what we are doing, an awareness of our energy, an awareness of our feelings, an awareness of other people. Empathy. I've got to be aware. So that's the way we balance it. That's the way of the Jedi. The Sith, okay, they have an awareness, but they don't care about the awareness. They'll just take it. They'll have awareness of other people, and if they know that another person is resistant to them, another person is trying to stop them taking what they want. Again, look at it as a criminal. A criminal, they won't like a policeman. The policeman is trying to stop the criminal. So if they're always looking for undercover police, are you an undercover policeman? Yeah, I'll finish you off. But they find another corrupt person. They like someone who is corrupt, someone that they can control, someone that will do their bidding, and they will use them. So they've got an awareness of other people, but if they see someone that is not helping them, showing them up, they'll get rid of them. They'll see someone, a willing disciple. I'll have that willing disciple. I'll make them work for me. Yeah, you go and get me more power. But when they've done their job, again, they don't really care about them. There's no care and compassion. It's a simple path to singular power, increasing the power of your ego and your personal experience in life at the expense of others. The Jedi is more selfless. They're able to step behind their own experience of life. And again, this is where it gets very deep. It's not all about happiness. It's not all about happiness, joy, happy, joy. It is, but it's also about wisdom. And sometimes wisdom means a bit of pain, a bit of struggle, a bit of work. It means stoicism. It means discipline. It means the ability to have, not immediate pleasure, but delayed pleasure. You're able to know that if I work now, later on, I will get the benefit of it. You understand that. So it's a bit of hard work I've got to do now, but later on, I'm going to receive the benefits of that. It's a wisdom is required for that. The dark side can't see this. They just want the immediate gratification. Immediate gratification. They can't hold back and wait for a greater level of gratification. And the greatest level of gratification, again, this is the understanding of wisdom. The greatest level of gratification, satisfaction, enjoyment of life is the pursuit of wisdom. When you achieve a higher level of wisdom, that is the greatest satisfaction you could ever have. It's beyond anything in this material world. And again, this is where religions come in. But religion, they're not quite telling you the truth. It's a human construct. Again, it's still a search for power, a hierarchy. Higher level of wisdom is beyond religion, beyond any human construct, any power structure. It's moving into the level of pure consciousness. The energy itself, the force. Remember, the force is life, consciousness, emotion, feeling. That is the force. So it is the pursuit of feeling. The dark side is pursuing feeling. They want immediate gratification. I will take from that person. I will cut them down, use that person. I will abuse that person for my own immediate pleasure. I don't care. I'll have it all. But in the long term, that is causing you more damage. That is actually destroying the force. You're not getting more force that way. You are destroying your force in that process and taking other people's force. So that one will run out. Now I need to find another person to abuse. That person, oh, I've used him all up now. He's finished. I need another person to abuse. That's the dark side. The light side is looking for infinite gratification. That can only come through wisdom and the infinite force itself. So you're not searching for it from other people. I don't need to take from another person, because that other person is only a limited manifestation of the force. They're only a small limited manifestation. There's no point me taking your force. You haven't got enough. I want the force of the cosmos. The infinite force. I can only find infinite gratification in the infinite force. The force itself. And the only way I can find that force is to dissolve my ego. Rise above emotion to the level of wisdom where I can connect with the force. Remember, the force is with me. That's the level 1, first level. Just remember that there is a thing that is the force. There is a field of consciousness around me. Level 2, I am one with the force. I dissolve myself into the force. That I am one with it. Now I'm moving towards the infinite. But there's one more level to this mantra that I've added on, which is this: I am the force. So the next level of the meditation is I am the force. So first level, the force is with me. I just feel it. The second level, I am one with the force. I allow this force to become one with me, or I allow myself to become one with it. Once you realize that, you think, hang on, I am the force. I am the creator of this body. I am the spirit. I, the soul, am a limited manifestation of the unlimited spirit. I am made of the same stuff. I am a manifestation of consciousness, creating this material body, creating this life of interactions. But remember the work we have to do, the training we have to do as a Jedi. It's not so much about let's be happy, happy, happy. It is, but it's about rising above emotions altogether. It means we don't indulge in emotions, but we seek balance of emotions. It means we're not searching for happiness, joy, fulfillment. We're searching for peace, harmony, contentment, satisfaction. That's a sort of a balance. It's no particular desire. It's a catch-22. My desire is to reach the point of no desire. That's the way of the Jedi. The Sith, their purpose is to increase the power of your desire, more and more and more desire. Do what thou willst. Fulfill that desire and have more desire. Now, it's got to be careful in the world today now. We've got a lot of self-help gurus. They all go on about this, manifestation, become rich, become wealthy, become successful by doing this. Think about what you want. Manifest the life you want, the money you want. Yeah, that's still the path of desire. The path of the yogi is more like the path of Zen. That's why they can live in a cave. They don't need wealth. They don't care about wealth. They don't care about servants. Why do we want an easy life? I want a wealth. I want to live in a mansion with 20 servants looking after me. I just wake up, click my fingers, my food is brought to me. Yeah, I want a servant to, give me a bath. I can't even bathe myself. And we all want it now. We're getting robots. Oh, we don't want human servants. But of course, the real ones do. They want us all to be servants. But we'll all have a robot servant. So what does that mean? It means we become lazy. I don't want to do anything. I don't do any work at all now. Well, what do you want to do then? I just want to sit on my sofa and watch TV. Indulge my emotions without even moving, without even doing anything. So that's not the way forward. The way forward is you have to do some work. You have to do something with this body. But you have to understand it and enjoy it. The path of satisfaction is a delicate balance of doing some work as well as relaxing and taking it easy. It's a delicate balance. And in order to find that balance, that's the pursuit of wisdom. It's not the pursuit of indulging your emotion. Now, saying that, we do need to cultivate our emotions, our feelings. But again, you've got to understand it. We think there's positive emotions, negative emotions. We're all going to have emotions. But it's a fine line between when they're positive and negative. You see, for example, you can have anger. You can have anger without awareness. You're just bullying someone, angry at them, shouting at them. Yeah, now clearly that's the dark side. But you can also have a thing called righteous anger. You can have rebellion. If someone is abusing you, you need a bit of anger, a righteous anger to see that, fight back and break free. That's anger. But that's the light side of the force. That's rebellion against an oppressor. Still anger. Light side, dark side. You can have grief, sadness. You lose a loved one. You're going to have grief. That's a genuine feeling. That's all right. There's a sadness because part of your soul is going off with that person you've lost. That other soul is moving on and part of your soul is connected and you can feel them moving on. That's all right. But the Jedi will acknowledge that grief, the light side acknowledge it, feel it, and connect with that loved one moving on. That again, they'll seek to rise above it, go through it. But you can also have depression. Depression is continuous sadness, grief, but there's no real reason for it. It's a sort of self-created reason. It's a sickness. Depression is a sickness. Again, it could be based on multiple traumas that you have, unresolved traumas. It's a sickness. It might not be your fault. But that is not what you would call, that's now the dark side. it's dis-ease. Whereas grief, when someone passes, that's the light side. That's all right. That's still love, compassion. That's natural. But you move on. You go through the process and you move on. And you never lose that connection with the loved one. It's about maintaining the connection because there's so much love. And that's the JEDI. The JEDI is based on love and compassion because love and compassion is the way to rise the emotions up. But remember, even love and compassion, you can indulge in that. You know, you're a carer. They just want to care for everyone. I want to help this person. I want to help that person. And you burn out. You burn out. You have compassion fatigue. And again, once you have compassion fatigue, now you yourself will get sick. You're losing energy. So now it's become the dark side. And you can have manipulators, you know, cult leaders. They're creating a cult based on love and compassion. But they're still taking that for themselves, that adoration. There's still, there's a darkness to it. So it's very difficult, fine line. The only way is to rise above all emotion. Search for wisdom. And it means in the emotional world, you have all these different emotions, but you don't indulge in any one, you let them happen. But you're always observing yourself, trying to find the midpoint, the balance of all emotions, inner peace. It's harmony, homeostasis, balance. It's like a contented feeling. And I say there are two emotions to cultivate that I work on when I remember them. Now, again, I'm not saying that I've mastered this. Don't get me wrong. This is a journey, a practice, a training, and you're always starting again. To go to the next level, you are always a beginner, total beginner. So I am a total beginner. We all are. The next level, I'm a total beginner. So I'm just sharing my personal understanding, the way I see it. I'm not saying I'm a master. I'm saying I'm a beginner. But this is how I do it, or how I try to do it. So I cultivate two emotions. One is cheerfulness. So we do want to have a positive feeling, positive outlook. Now this is not joy, happiness, excitement, just cheerful, optimistic. And that you can maintain, you can sustain that. Just a little bit. You know, if just feeling nothing is 5 out of 10, you want to be at 6 or 7 out of 10, just optimistic. And that is sustainable. That will help you through all difficulties. Because you're always going to have a problem, a challenge in life. You're always going to have a challenge. When the challenge comes to your face, first thing is, just be cheerful. All right, look at the bright side. There's going to be some benefit to this. I'm going to learn something. This is an adventure. It's a challenge. Just be cheerful. And people know this. There's real studies about this. In a survival situation, you must be cheerful, positive. If you get depressed, pessimistic in a real life survival situation, it can finish you off. If you have a group of survivors trying to survive in the wilderness, one of them is a depressive, you get so negative, they bring everyone down. That person can be the one that you don't survive. The leader has got to be cheerful. Come on, stay positive. Let's keep moving. Right, who's going to do this? Keep upbeat? We've got to have that. Just a little bit cheerful. And the second emotion is serenity. Serenity. Again, that is an advanced emotion. It is wisdom. It's an inner peace, but it's an inner peace with wisdom. The ability to step back a little bit, take a breath, look at yourself, analyze the disturbance in your feelings. There's always going to be a disturbance. Try and rise above it. Feel a serenity, a calmness, a wisdom, an observation of what is going on. And it also means an observation of the other people around you, an empathy. And a higher wisdom means you want to balance emotions. That means you've got to balance the emotions in yourself, but you've got to balance the emotions in the people around you. You don't want to go arguing all the time, starting a disturbance. The people around you, you want to keep them balanced as well. That's where empathy is. You want to clear the air. Did I upset you? Okay, sorry, let's fix this. All right, let's shake hands now. We've got a happiness. We want to find a balance with everyone. So we need an empathy and a serenity and a cheerfulness. Just help everyone to be a bit more positive. That is being a light worker. And if you take that to the next level, you're a healer. I don't talk about it. You can check out my series on how to be an energy healer. We can all do it. It's the light side of the force. And all we're doing is trying to balance emotions. Balance the emotion in a patient. Again, there's a sickness, a disease, because there is a depression, a sickness, a disease in emotion. Too much past trauma locked up, trapped. Too much of your soul spirit separated, lost in pain somewhere. And the healer has to bring back the emotions, find balance, unlock the movement of energy, let it move again. So remember, the light side of the force is to search for balance, harmony. And that is also work. You have to work. If I want to balance on one leg, it's hard work. A master will balance on one leg and you think, oh, that's easy. Yeah, it's not easy. You're working all the time. Balancing is dynamic, not static. So that's why, again, there's a misunderstanding. We think, oh, there's a master now. He's done it. He's perfect. There's no perfect. A master just means someone who has practiced balancing for a long period of time and they're good at balancing. And you've got to get good at balancing your emotions. But you can always be knocked off. It means you're knocked off and before you go too far, you balance back. Someone makes you upset, but before you get angry, you come back and balance. No, I'm not going to get angry. All right, let's work this out. You always come back. It's a work. It's dynamic. So that's why we need awareness. Be mindful of your feelings. Be mindful of your feelings. And you look at Yoda, the very first Star Wars, when Luke Skywalker met Yoda. He's in exile. He's a Jedi Master in exile. The Sith Empire is controlling the galaxy. Yoda has to hide away in solitude on a planet. But he's not depressed. He's not miserable. He's all alone. The dark forces control everything. But he's patiently relaxing, practicing, meditating, finding balance. He's cheerful. He's playful. When Luke Skywalker meets him like a child, playing with his food. Ha 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 ha. And then he says, I'm looking for a great Jedi Master. Oh, a master you're looking for, are you? Yes, who's this? He's imagining. No, it's this little childlike creature. Yeah, I am the Jedi Master. But he's cheerful, light. Lightness means cheerfulness, easy. Don't take everything too seriously. It does not really matter. When you look at it from a higher perspective, anything going on in this world is no big deal. It's only one lifetime. There's infinite lifetimes. This one little lifetime doesn't really matter. I hurt myself. Bath. Oh, it hurts. Yeah, that will be better in a couple of days. It doesn't matter. No big deal. Lightness. But do not underestimate Yoda. If he wants power, he can have the power. But he says it. It's not him. He's just a little childlike, cheerful creature. But the Force is his ally. His ally is the Force. The first level is realizing the Force is outside me. It's not me. I connect to the Force. But once you connect to the Force, then it is you. You become one with the Force. Then the Force will flow through you. But the approach is humility. Remember, that's what he says again to Luke Skywalker. He goes, judge me by my size, do you? And he says, no, as well you should not, because the Force is my ally, and the powerful ally it is. So it doesn't matter how small the guy is, the creature, the Force is infinite. So don't judge him. little creature. It's the Force. Now the Sith can't do this. The Sith are limited to that morphology, that ego. They can't connect to the infinite. They can get a lot of Force, but it's only from the Force they have stolen from the people around them. It's limited to what they can take. The Jedi is not taking it. The Jedi is channeling it. Channel the Force. It comes through me. That's how you do healing. Not me, it's the Force. So I hope this little talk made sense. And of course, and to summarize it all, the Jedi, the light worker, is searching for wisdom. And you don't know what the next level is, so you must have humility. You must be open-minded. You must be guided. You must listen to your intuition. And again, you must have empathy. Be aware of other people around you. It requires awareness. And awareness means letting go of your ego. The dark side, you're trapped in your ego. You lose awareness. And it also means you can be self-depreciative. You beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. That's still ego. You make a mistake. Don't beat yourself up. I made a mistake. No big deal. You embarrassed yourself. No big deal. Of course I'm wrong. I can make a mistake. No big deal. Laugh it off. Lightness, cheerfulness, and serenity. Searching for wisdom, higher levels of consciousness, and sharing that light around. Any little way. Smiling at people, making other people smile, bringing lightness wherever you go. We can all do that. It's easy. So thank you so much for listening. Please do check out my whole Jedi series and do leave me any questions or comments. And thank you so much for watching. And I really look forward to seeing you in any of these other videos here.